All right, what's up guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. So we're gonna kind of get into that daily groove a little bit. We're gonna talk about some production stuff. We're gonna talk about some lights. We're gonna talk about this hoopty I'm about to buy and why. And we're gonna talk about some other random stuff, so ride along with KnightDriveTV.
I always wanted to build fast cars, so self-taught I started with engine swaps, composites in my apartment to multiple shops, tuning, fabrication, and more. 10 years later, the big time, SEMA, Speed TV, I climbed from nothing, but I lost it all. This is my new ride, KnightDriveTV. When failure is not an option, us car guys keep banging the gears of life.
So guys, that's right. First and foremost, we are off to a place called Pahrump. It looks like Pahrump on the map, but it's Prump. And so if you're familiar with the Koenigsegg Agera, I think it was it's the Agera. Koenigsegg, basically they were in the land speed record competition kind of with Bugatti and kind of with Hennessy's deal, what is that thing called? The Venom F5 or something like that. They were all in this little thing, the speed records. And so between Las Vegas and Prump is a super straight road. And so basically that is and then the SSC Aero got caught up in like a scandal out there because people were counting. I forgot about that. So there was a couple cars involved in doing straight line speed tests out there. And Koenigsegg did it, and so did SSC with the SSC Aero. So we're headed out that road. It's straight as an arrow. Takes a long time, but we're going to go through Red Rock and kind of as the cut to get to there. And we're going to go get the hoopty-doop. So let's go get it. And we are loading into the Element, the Honda Element. Has anybody ever seen Honda Element? These are cool. All right, we're cruising out through Red Rock. And just heading our way down to Tosi Canyon, and lots of snow out here sometimes. So I know y'all are used to seeing me wear Ray-Ban sunglasses, but these are my gay bands, and you know, with my gay bands on, it got me considering my pronouns a little bit. I'm thinking about my pronouns, so that's what we're doing on the way to Pump and Dump. And we're in look at the Element, look at the sky view, like the sky roof back there. That's my mom back there. She's on the camera. You're blurry, don't worry. But I forgot my glasses, so I'm wearing my mom's sunglasses right now. All right, folks, here we are. Yes, this is what we're buying. And you're probably wondering why. And it's because you should be able to know why. People get a hold of me about these freaking ugly headlights, and they're like, can you help? So I'm going to actually outsource everything on this deal to the engineer that I use for some design in Colombia. And so we'll see about that. There she is. Sorry about that. All right. Now you see why. Yeah, they're ugly. All right, shut them down. They look good. Oh boy, we got us a piece of junk right here, but you know, it would get her to work. She wasn't real worried about it. It's a small town out here, so we're in Pahrump. It's way out in the middle of the desert. I'm gonna look at my GPS and where I need to go. I need to go left. Alrighty, so we're in the pride of GM when it came to the Firebird. And this thing is a piece of crap, so we just got to get it back. It's flashing an engine light, so that means it's probably actively misfiring. It sounds like pure hell. This woman, she's probably safer not having a car, just driving it. You know, the things I do to try and design a headlight kit, it's not easy to come by these because everybody thinks they're collector models because, you know, no more Pontiac and Firebird. And guys, look at this wheel. I just looked at this at the gas station. I couldn't quite see it. I didn't really pay much attention, but this thing is caved in. Look at this. She must have hit something. So I don't know. It's a piece of crap. If I ever seen a piece of crap, but you gotta get the headlights done. You know what I mean? It ain't a driver car, I'll tell you that right now. I can't believe I won't be driving this thing around. I got my seatbelt on in case the wheel comes off. You know, the door's falling off and things like that. I don't know. It's good enough. Seems like the headlights are up, so. Well, she made it, and it wasn't easy, but it runs it pretty rough, but it got here, so we've got the prototype on hand. Well, guys, I am outside. It is, let me see, it's 10:28. So With Kelsey, I've told her every time you're late, your start time goes back 30 minutes, and she's already kind of done it once, so I think this is her only, she does live far, but you know, hey, that's the way it goes. So we are to 10:28. She's probably banging the gears in that Corolla, I hope, but I don't know. Oh man, I don't know, this might be her. 10:29, 10:29. She is so close. Dang it!
Not late?
Oh man,
Not late.
I was so close. She's been saying she's waking up at 6 a.m.
What's up at 6 a.m.?
All right, we're just doing a little redesign up in here. Just kind of figuring out what we're gonna do with the space. Obviously, when I make new kits, I'm working on some other things. We're gonna add more machines in other rooms. That means I need to kind of figure out, you know, where we're gonna scale next as far as where machines go, desks go. So, you know. But that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Some of you wonder and have asked, like, only one person, you know, how do you do all of it with one person? Because we've shipped quite a number of kits. So I'm going to explain it to you right now. Alrighty, so, you know, I was talking to Lace there, and it had me thinking, you know, I kind of wanted to talk to people. I guess some people wonder, some people have wondered on the opposite end, how this has possibly all been, I guess, conducted and completed with just myself and usually one other person that's kind of visible, and then obviously Lace's assistants. You know, I guess some people, you know, from the outside you can see employees or employee size. You know, it defines a lot of companies, and I think that goes back to kind of a more analog world. Maybe something that's a little bit aged in terms of business architecture, so to speak. But because even on Dun & Bradstreet, which is, you know, basically the business credit reporting agency or things like that, they ask how many employees and things like that. That really matters to kind of judge the volume or size of a company. But obviously in the realm of internet and the integration of kind of global business capability, to where you know, mostly because of the connectivity between companies and the ability to communicate with Zoom meetings and just all these varieties of communication methods. Obviously, it's what led to a lot more people working at home. But the way that I did this personally, I knew years ago I didn't want to have a large team anymore. Any business that I had, I didn't want a large employee pool, and I didn't want a large payroll. And so the goal of anything that I did, I knew was going to be more online based and manufacturing based, solely because I wanted to do more, I guess you could say, business partnerships. But there was a lot of help along the way. So obviously I have an overseas partner. They have done light development for me, as far as the wiring evolution of the kits. The way we would wire them in the beginning versus now was a collaboration between myself and a company. And on that end, there's many employees and many companies involved just for the light supply and the wiring of the kits. So, you know, there's a lot of communication that goes there, and it's just, the beauty of it is just a contract basis. I have a design engineer in the Dominican that I've used pretty extensively. I have one in Belize that I've used extensively, and some of these people are from those places. I've used various ones, mostly not domestic though. So that has allowed me to leverage exchange rates and things like that to obtain help that I could communicate what I needed, and they can do kind of cut and dry services for me. In addition, I used a lot of artists. I've contracted probably 6 artists so far to assist me with various types of things. I'm working with partners now to, you know, basically do fulfillment and kind of work on future products. So, you know, this is never going to be the design of this company. I don't foresee this large manufacturing operation. My goal is to design product. It's to evolve these cars, work on these cars as my own hobby, but it's not necessarily to employ a bunch of people. You know, it's to employ basically an upper tier, which would be myself and management, with the economy, or with, you know, if Las Vegas doesn't appeal to me, having a large scale machine here wouldn't be in my best interest. So my ability to move and go where I want is important, but for the most part, in terms of product, that's something that will mostly be the result of partnerships. Companies that have those resources in place, they have the employees, they have the facilities, the square footage,
you know, everything in place to just pump out a product for me and then do it collaboratively. I'll design, I will kind of present and integrate myself in the community of Corvette and things like that. And then a lot of the middle territory of production of products and the creation of those goods would probably take place with partners. And then maybe I would have some shipping operation and end quality control, but that way I can ensure what's going out is what I want. So that's kind of the mold for those of you interested. And so I just thought I'd kind of lay it out there. All right, we got the Uline. Look at this guy, boy. We got a system. You think it's going over, and watch this. He just lets this roll. This guy's quicker than many. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. That's like a pro right there. All right, Lace, what are you going to do to straighten this place up?
Straighten it up.
Yeah.
Taking lights down.
You're not even uncomfortable. How's it going for the people? The people want to know. How's it going?
I like it.
It's better? Works for you? How's the drill? Did you use the DeWalt drill? Is it weird?
It actually works really well because you control it and
right.
you can slow it back down if it goes too far. So
show the people. Can we?
No spin.
Yeah, it senses your backwards and then forward.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so you're looking at me between the lift and the hood here, so we're going to get the squares, and we're going to put the squares on. The reason being, I'm kind of still doing a test fit with the squares, is because this overall bracket system has moved down about 5 millimeters, and that was for the clearance of the round lights. Like I said, I really want the brackets to clear both, and so just being sure, being certain, being thorough, that these lights don't bug me in terms of their positioning and where they sit. So this is kind of a test kit. I'm actually sending this test kit out to somebody. I'm hesitant to do it because it's kind of a pre-production kit. It has a little bit of warpage here that went away on the newer kits, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna stick this on here. We're gonna pull this off for the 1200th time that these have been off. My headlight covers are so scratched up. The whole car is just scratched up at this point. So yep, we're gonna throw these on, make sure that they don't bug me and how they look, and hopefully we're shipping squares before the holiday, because that's the intent, is to not only get out a bunch of rounds, maybe 60, I would estimate maybe 60 sets of rounds and 30 sets of squares before the holiday here, and production just restarted last week. So we will catch up quick after the holiday, but I'm just trying to get a few of you guys a package before Christmas and hopefully get some pictures before the end of the year. So we'll see. Yep, so we got a kind of a mess on the floor. I still have the carbon brakes here from the last video on this table. Yeah, so that's the good thing is, you know, changes are generally pretty easy. If you do have to get in here, obviously, or do anything, it's just a couple screws for your top cover, and get pretty good access to everything. So it's as simple as a system as it is, and as simple as it can be in the sense of, you know, it's not the greatest in term. I should be looking at this while I'm doing this. I'm trying to talk to you guys. I would have been done already. So there we go. So these systems are pretty simple on here, and it's like there's a benefit to the simplicity, but there's a drawback obviously also, and that drawback has been kind of making the stops that I've made to be kind of universal. You know, they're the same stops. We expect that every car is the same, but indeed it is not. And it's just a tiny variation, it seems like, but it's there. And so, I don't know. And obviously I will tell you before I switch this off, the position of your headlights kind of in the space, they are correct, and a lot of that has to do with the adjustments themselves. When you first get the kit on and everything, they can be kind of funky looking because of the way the OEM lights were aimed. So your aiming devices really kind of set the final position and things like that. That's how it should work out. So I've got some power connected to the car. I'm looking at the lights. I'm fine with it.
Everything looks good, so that's a great thing. So we have officially a bracket system that's mounting both the rounds and the squares in a true compromise position, which accommodates both. Both look good, so that's great. So obviously now I can just make more brackets, and obviously for the I say a lot of obviously's in this one, but not so obviously, obviously now, I can send out the brackets to a few of you guys that have been waiting. A couple of you guys wrecked, got into some incidents. What a deer, it was deer season, mating season, whatever. People were getting into some incidents. So you can confidently put these with your squares. Your squares will go in. You're gonna have to use both sides though. Otherwise you might have a little 5mm difference. You don't wanna run. And I have noticed since I send out bracket replacements in pairs, somebody's like, oh, just fix the broken side. Well, I would prefer now, obviously you're gonna have to fix both. You're gonna have to put them in both sides. It takes a few minutes, it's not a big deal. It looks good, I'm pumped. I'm pumped and relieved. So the beautiful news, let me just confirm, based on what I'm seeing here, I'm gonna do one more inspection very closely, but the great news is we're 100% by all appearances gonna be underway. She is doing very well, very efficient. The redesign of the kit has actually made production easier. The extensive refits and clearance tweaks has made things much better. So in week 1, we made 20 round kits. This week we will make 40, so we got 60 total round kits that are gonna go out. I'm gonna go ahead and put the squares into production this coming week. Today's her last day, it's Saturday, so Tuesday when she comes back, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday evening, I'm gonna try and get them all out because we go out of town Friday to the cabin I got for us and Josh and his family, but he is not gonna be there because that's the way things go. So we're gonna go out of town to that anyway because I can't get a refund. So we got this big, huge cabin that we're gonna visit for Christmas, and it is what it is. So that's great news. I'm pumped for you guys because some of you guys are gonna get these lights. Going to be relieved, you're going to feel great, and I'm going to feel great. I can relax a little bit through Christmas, truly, because I won't have any of this weighing on me, and then we'll work real hard on the bezels so that we can get the bezels done for both of these. That's going to be awesome, and so really looking forward to that. So that being said, a little outro here, check out the lights, and I'll catch you on the next one.